Hi, thank you for clicking on the video. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, we are jumping back into the Greenleaf universe. Now, as per usual, if you don't like spoilers and you've never seen Greenleaf, then you should jump off here, go check it out, and come back. But if you don't care, then we move on. Now, we are talking about Jacob and Carissa today. Most of what I have to say is like them separately, but a little bit of them as a couple in general, which I feel like I should just start there because I don't have much to say about them as a couple in general. I did not like them as a couple at all. And I don't think Jacob really liked them as a couple either because my man was cheating on the moment we came into the series. Like, he was literally cheating, and I do not condone that. I don't care if you're unhappy in your marriage. Get divorced. Like, figure it out. I don't know what to tell you, but don't go cheat on your partner. And it's just as simple as that. I don't care. I don't care what's going on in y'all marriage. I don't care what's going on in y'all relationship. You don't go off and cheat on somebody. Don't condone it. And in that regard, that is where I did feel bad for Carissa when it came to that. That's the only thing that I felt bad for that woman for. She was a very annoying person and a very annoying wife. Um, I don't feel like she believed in Jacob. You know what I mean? Like, he had ideas and goals and things that he wanted to do at least at a certain point, and there were moments where she's like, yes, I think you should do that. But in the moments of her saying I think you should do that, she's putting her input on how she thinks it should be done, even though he's telling her the ideas he has, and she's like, well, you can do that, but the way you doing it is wrong. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that about their relationship either. Like, she really was trying to run him, and at one point they were having a little back and forth, and he even said, he was like, this relationship is like different now because you're not running all over me anymore. Like, I let you do it before because I was cheating on you. So I was like, okay, whatever Carissa say, I'ma do. But I ain't letting it happen right now because I ain't cheating on you no more. I'm taking us very serious, and I'm trying to be the man that this family needs. And so let me try to be that for us. You know what I mean? And she was basically like, okay, and turned around and went behind his back anyways. So it was very annoying. But Carissa, she was like annoying from the start. Like, she literally started a bunch of BS in that very first dinner scene in the first episode, and she felt the need to try to dig at Grace for literally no reason other than you're worried about a position that Jacob doesn't actually have being taken away from him. Like, at the end of the day, Jacob didn't even want the position, for real, for real. At that particular point in time, Jacob didn't even care about preaching and stuff like that. Like, he was going to do it because it's a better position or whatever, but it wasn't really something he was genuinely interested in, not for real. Carissa was interested in it for him, right? And like, that's a recurring theme. Like, she just kind of inserted herself in situations and would talk way out of the side of her neck. Like, girl, please shut the fuck up. Like, that's how I felt. And this is my thing, because like I said, Jacob should not have been cheating on her, but at after a certain point, she actually did end up cheating on Jacob. But she also like had these emotional like pulls. Like, there was a guy that she worked with at the school that she was having technically like an emotional affair with, I believe. Like, the way that they were communicating, and I think we only see her have like one moment with this guy, but from the conversation, this was like a reoccurring thing. Like, they were always in each other's face, this guy wasn't really hiding the fact that he liked her, and she was, giving off that energy as well. And then also she was a little too eager to want to sleep with the TV producer guy. Like, girl, just because, and this is my thing, I get it, your husband is cheating on you, but, and this might just be my personal brain, maybe just my brain works like this, but just because that's happening in your situation doesn't mean that you need to be so eager to go and cheat yourself. Now, in this case scenario, it wouldn't have necessarily been cheating because it would have technically been swinging, because the two couples was trying to swap. Well, the one couple was trying to swap. You get my point. But still, like, you really want to go and see what it's like to be with someone else. Like, for all of that, you might as well just go out and be with someone else as well. Don't try to, justify it by being like, oh, well, but this is just to get the TV spot. A TV spot that, the pastor dude didn't even want. Bishop. That he didn't even want. What's his name, Bishop? What's that his name? I don't know. I don't know why his name is like just slipping me right now. That's killing me. I don't know why I want to say Bishop, but I'm gonna say it. That's what his name gonna be in this particular video, because I can't think of what the heck his name is. That's so weird. But yeah, she definitely just wanted to test the waters with other people as well. And I find it interesting that the moment she does cheat on Jacob, she ends up with something and ends up giving it to Jacob. I think I can't remember if she did. I think she definitely did give it to him though. And that's why, like, she sat up here, and I feel like the only reason she really did it, because I believe there was some type of business going on, but I believe that the reason that she really did it was trying to get back at Jacob in a way. And Jacob literally never brought her a disease, you know what I mean? So it's like, you had to deal with karma because you were trying to dish out someone else's karma, trying to play God. That's something that she was doing very frequently. And it was very annoying to watch her constantly go throughout the show trying to play with everybody's lives to like set it up so that she and Jacob was in the best position, and it was always failing. Like, she was never succeeding in her endeavors. It was crazy. And then, like, she talked down on everybody. And she was one of those typical church goer people who are very hypocritical, very judgmental, but then want to sit up and act like they're holier than thou. That's exactly what Carissa was, and I think that's one of the reasons why her character was very irritating to me. But don't get me wrong, I think that the actor did amazing. I think everybody in the show did a really good job. And they really made you feel the characters. And I think that's one of the reasons why Carissa did get on my nerves, because she just reminded me of those like fake church ladies who want to pretend like they care about people, but in reality you only care about yourself, And yeah, so moving on to Jacob. I actually like Jacob. I like Jacob's character. He has moments like when he was reading everybody in the church for filth. Like, he was like, y'all got me messed up. To be fair, after that he did turn around and be like, we should work together, y'all. Like, and then the bishop was like, no, we shouldn't. No, we should not. You came in here cussing everybody out that you saw, and you want to work with me now? Like, that was so funny. Like, I mean, what he said wasn't technically wrong, but it's like, don't cuss everybody out, then come back the next day like, y'all want to work together, because that's some crazy work. Like, you tripping. But yeah, I think that he was trying. I think that he felt very lost and didn't really know what his calling was, because y'all have to remember, he didn't want to do the church thing, become a pastor. He was supposed to play pro baseball, I believe. And so it just like I think he was in a little bit of a slump because it's like I wasn't able to really follow my dreams. And I think the reason why was because he ended up with an injury or something like that. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. And it put him in a place where he didn't really want to be. And so now he's forced to be in this role that he doesn't actually want to be in. And at the same time, I think that probably added to his cheating. I'm not, again, not condoning it. But it could have just been a thing of feeling misplaced. And then you already have this woman who feels like she runs everything and is pushing you in all of these directions that you already don't want to go in and already don't want to be in. And so it's like, well, I need an escape from my reality. And that's probably what it was about. Still shouldn't have done it. I want to say that all throughout this motherfucking video. Okay, you shouldn't have done it. But Jacob showed me that's one of the reasons why people should never try to make church or religion into a job. Okay, y'all, these people's work, the way they was earning money was being at that church all day, every day, being at these mega churches all day, every day. These were their jobs. And when he no longer was at a mega church and he had that little thing that he was doing outside, which I love that. I love that element that he created, because I feel like what Jacob was doing was way more what the Bible that they preach was telling people to do to begin with, than what they was doing in them churches. You know what I mean? And standing out there feeding, the hungry and just giving the word of the day and just letting people know that they have someone that is willing to listen to them, hug them when they're sad, be a shoulder for them. That's the true meaning of godliness. You know what I mean? And love and light. And so I actually love that Jacob was doing that. But this man was so used to churches being a job that he was very delusional when he was running that place, and they was losing money very quickly in the rundown house that Basie and Tasha had put them in. And you ain't got no job, and Carissa's like, you need to get a job. But he thought that he had one because he was doing the real church. That was the name of the church that he had. Because he was doing that, he had a job. And no, sir, you did not. Like, you just didn't. Like, you're not making money from that. You're everything that you're doing for these people that are homeless is coming out of your pocket. They're not paying you the way that the people is at these mega churches, which that's my issue with them churches to begin with. Like, if you could, these motherfuckers got a private jet. If you can afford that from telling people you need to tie to God, you doing something wrong. Like, you're doing something very wrong. That is sickening. You know what I mean? In general, in real life. This is a TV show, but that was the element, like the religious part of the show was so sickening to me. It just brought back flashbacks of my childhood. I will be completely honest. It flashbacks. It was awful, but yeah, this man genuinely thought he had a job, and you didn't. Like, you're literally in a very bad position. And in that case, in that scenario, I actually agree with Carissa going behind his back and talking to the mom. I don't know why her name is slipping me right now either. This video ain't about them, so it's fine. I don't know why I can't think of their names right now. It's probably because I'm a little tired, to be completely honest. But their names are slipping me. But she went behind his back to the mom, and I actually agree in that instance, because y'all are not in a good place right now. Y'all gotta figure something out, because Jacob is delusional as hell, But one thing that I liked was his relationship with Tasha. I can't remember if he actually ends up getting divorced to Carissa, but I know I was rooting for him and Tasha. They had very great chemistry on screen. Like those two people, those two actors, their chemistry was great. And so the two characters had great chemistry. And Tasha was such a sad character. And I think that Jacob saw a piece of his own um, feelings of being lost within her, because she was also kind of just being dragged around in these different directions, but with Basie and then with Rochelle. So it's like, you know, they had that camaraderie there, and I think he understood that and saw that within her, and it just, you saw that real chemistry between them and that pull towards one another. And I think they would have made a very cute couple. I think they end up together, but I'm not sure. But I know I was rooting for it, you know. I was 100% rooting for it. And the moment that Carissa cheated on Jake, I was like, yeah. The moment that she cheated on him, like this I think. The moment she cheated on him, I was like, why would you choose him to do this with? Like, you chose the most basic white man to do this with. Lame. Then not only did you do it with a basic white man, you chose the white man who's ting was not doing well. Like, it was the moment that, you know, she had got something from that interaction. I was like, yeah, go ahead and be with Tasha, you know, cause this girl that brought you some, like, let it go, bro. Like, no, but for real, I genuinely did like Tasha and Jacob's relationship. Um, that's pretty much all I have to say about them. Besides the fact that there was a moment where um, Zora was like trying to convince the parents to let her see her little boyfriend. And like Carissa pointed out that she was like a miniature Jacob, and I agree. And we'll get more into that when I do talk about Zora. But yeah, he definitely spit out a mini version of him when it came to Zora, you know, to an extent, to an extent. But yeah, that's all I have to say about these two. I don't think that I'm forgetting anything. I hope I'm not forgetting anything. But if you enjoyed, please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel because there is more on the way. And yeah, until next time, bye.